some of these things are so basic. And I remember when was I 22 years old and I started reading all these like self-help books. And one of the books I picked up was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And it's so silly, right? Like, I don't know if you've read it, but there's so many chapters that are just simple things like smiling or asking questions or getting people what they want. And a lot of times, like those things translate, as a leader and as a manager to do these things for your people, those make a big impact. And I imagine when we started talking about well-being at work, it was because manager one-on-ones started becoming a more of a thing. I don't know if that was a thing pre 2000 or if, I'm sure in some organizations that was pretty common. But we're talking about one-on-ones and the impact of those. And I imagine that a good leader is asking the right questions, and then an employee might open up and say, this thing's going on at home right now
Mm,
and I might not have the best. Yeah, I might be 80% like we were talking about earlier, and then they might ask another follow-up question about like, well, tell me more about that. Like, what's going on? And then there's the empathy that you now have for that employee, and just like the under level of understanding of where we're at. Like we started opening up a little bit more, and I think
mm,
when employees have that experience, they start talking about it. And then it puts pressure on employers to start acting a certain way. And I just think we're opening up the conversation because managers and leaders opened up the doors for
yeah.
employees to talk.